to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Kristen Hassan. Kristen Hassan is the founder and principal consultant of Outcomes Consulting, building safe, humane communities for pets and people who love them, just like all of us here tonight. She is also the co-founder and former director of Human Animal Support Services Projects. Before this, she was the director at Pima Animal Care Center, the municipal animal shelter in Tucson, Arizona, that took in approximately 20,000 pets annually with a 92% live release rate. That's something to applaud for. Prior to this, Kristen served as the deputy director at Austin Animal Services and the assistant director at the Fairfax County Animal Shelter in Fairfax, Virginia. Everyone give a warm round of applause for Ms. Kristen Hassan.
So I called Misty about 3 weeks ago and I said, can I come and talk about how amazing you and your team are at your bark ball? And I said, I have a lot to say. I could go on and I'd really like to come speak for you. And she was like, oh, yeah, maybe. And so the other day I got to run a show and she gave me 3 minutes. So I know that you all are, I have a lot to share, and I'm going to try to do this in about 4 minutes. Okay. So my job is to travel around the U.S. and several other countries, and I help animal shelters. I help them improve, help get more animals out alive. And really, this is probably the single hardest moment in animal sheltering that I've seen since probably 15 to 20 years ago. We are at a pivotal moment in animal shelters around the nation, and animals really are unsafe when they enter shelters today. Euthanasia rates are skyrocketing and outcomes are down. So that's the really bad news. But the reason I wanted to come and talk about Williamson County is, let me stop. How many of you have canceled going out because of your fur baby at home and you just don't feel like leaving them? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay. How many of you got here tonight and looked at your watch and said, okay, a couple hours, then we're going to be right back home with our fur baby? Yeah. Right? Okay. Me too. So, I live in Austin, and the Austin Animal Center closed a couple of months ago. They just closed their doors to intake. And it's been really sad. Quite honestly, the animals aren't able to get help. And a few weeks ago, Misty called me and she shared that a police officer from Austin had actually come to Williamson County. They had found a dog. And that police officer couldn't even get that animal that really needed a safe place into the shelter. And Misty said, you know, we took this dog and it needed us, and it's really frustrating. We are at capacity. And I said, Misty, why didn't you just tell him no? Just turn the dog away. And she stopped and paused, and she was like, that's just not what we do here. We are here for the animals. So I've gotten to work with literally hundreds of animal shelters around the country, and I'm here to tell you tonight that you live in one of, if not the safest community for pets in the nation, thanks to the team at Williamson County. So I wanted to say thank you to the staff. First of all, are there any staff here? Raise your hands. You guys are amazing. Is anyone here a volunteer of the shelter? Anybody a volunteer? I guess you're all friends. You're all sitting together. Okay. Does anybody here foster for the shelter? I'm just going to put in a plug and say that fostering is the single most life-saving thing you can do, and if just 2% of current fosters would take one more pet, we can end this problem that we're in. So if you've thought about fostering, now is the time. Do any of you donate to Wilco? Any donors here? Okay, so as an animal shelter director, I will tell you that when you are at capacity or above capacity, and you have 20 to 30 animals enter and you have nowhere to put them, there's one thing that makes that okay, and that is having funding to think of solutions. Every dollar that you're giving this shelter is well spent, and I don't know that I can say that very many places. Every single dollar you're giving to them is well spent. And now they're expanding so that they can keep more animals out. They're expanding those services so they can keep more animals out. And that, when you think about your fur baby at home, I want everybody to just stop for 1 second and imagine that your pet got lost. Imagine you go home and your pet has gotten out. Or imagine that you've hit the worst situation in your life and you've had to give up your pet. You can know that just because you live here in Williamson County, your pet will be safe. You have that security because of this shelter that your baby is always going to be safe if, God forbid, anything happens to it. And that's why I asked Missy if I could come and talk tonight, and why I wanted to say just thank you to all of you. All of you who make this possible. Your shelter is a beacon of hope for shelters around the country. You are the only people that don't know how famous you are. You guys are well known everywhere for the incredible life-saving work you do. So I'm so proud of Williamson County. I'm so proud of what you all have done. And I thank you so much for letting me speak tonight.